Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Color Me Badly and back to share some absolutely amazingly gorgeous fragrances that'll put you in the mood for oud. If you're interested in hearing about the fragrances that I want to come on and share with you guys today, please continue to watch. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to make this part one of our mood for oud fragrances that are perfect for especially our cooler months. I wear these types of fragrances all year round, you guys, and I know some people may say, well, they're a little bit too heavy, a little bit too cloying for hot weather. But a lot of these work just as well, if not better, in the heat for me than they do in the cooler months. So let's go ahead and dig in. I have about maybe 4 or 5 that I want to share on this recording, and then we'll pop back on and do a part 2. All right, those are always fun, right? So the first one I want to come on and share with you guys is by D. Al Oud, and this one is Oud for Glory. All right. And this is the bottle here. I'm sure a lot of you fragrance lovers are familiar with this, also familiar with what this is supposed to be duplicating as well. So I do have a little bit of notation on this beautiful, beautiful fragrance, what's inside of it and what you can expect if you decide to add this to your collection if you don't already have it. I can tell you right now, this is one of my favorite oud fragrances. Again, this is by D. Al Oud, Oud for Glory by Wedather Perfumes. If you are not familiar by now with Middle Eastern fragrances, they are some of my favorite. One day we'll come on and just do an entire dedication to all of the Middle Eastern fragrances I have in my collection. I love them. This is an amber woody fragrance, and it's for women and men, so this is unisex, you guys. This is a new fragrance, is what they say to any fragrance that's, I think, anywhere 3 years or less. By D. Al Oud, Oud for Glory was launched back in 2020. Your top notes of this beautiful I can still smell it, and the cap is on it. It has saffron, nutmeg, lavender. It has a middle note of agarwood, which is your oud, and patchouli. Then your base notes has agarwood, which is your oud, patchouli, and musk. So this is loaded with oud. It is so beautiful, so smooth, so sensuous. It's seductive. This is absolutely gorgeous. And there was somebody, one of my subbies came on and shared with me, because I was fussing about not being able to tell how much juice is in my bottle, and they were telling me that if I take this sticker off, I can see what's inside of my bottle. I can still feel a little bit of juice in there, so we're good to go for now. But that is a beautiful, beautiful tip. So thank you. Again, if you don't have Badi Al Oud, Oud for Glory by Wedather in your collection and you love oud, you know what I always say, get you some. This is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Okay, next up on the list is another fragrance from Wedather. Was that one from Wedather? I think so. This is another one that is from Wedather, and this is one of my very first fragrances that I had in my collection. When I started getting familiar with oud, I had some in my collection prior to this one, but I didn't know. I just knew that I liked the fragrances, didn't know much about them. I really wasn't into finding out, the components, what it's made up of. This one is Ragba, and it is an eau de parfum. As you can see, there is very little left in the bottle. Very little. This has been in my collection for quite some time. This is so good, you guys. And so what I did with this one, when I got this gift set, they came with like a deodorant spray and a body mist. And what I did was I ended up giving that to my son, and he liked the scent so much. That's what probably happened to the cap to this one. This is a unisex fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you know that any fragrance that is heavy with oud is going to be very sharp. It's going to be extremely cloying. Most people will not like these types of fragrances, so you really have to be careful with this one. I don't recommend blind buying any oud fragrances unless you're in the mood to spend some coin. You don't have a problem with if you don't like it. It's no big deal, right? So this is another fragrance from Wedather. Again, this is Ragba. I haven't worn this in a while because I just got a little bit left. It's got vanilla, it's sweet, it has oud, of course, which is your agarwood. It's heavy on the oud. It has amber again, it's powdery, it's balsamic, it's extremely smoky, extremely woody. It is warm, spicy. and it has a really nice musk component to it. This is what we label an amber vanilla fragrance, but this is definitely oudi. It is so good. Like I said, I haven't worn this in a very long time. I do want to share something about this fragrance if you do decide to add this to your collection. I am a heavy sprayer. I love to spray heavily on my fragrances, especially if I'm going somewhere. If it's a work day scent and I want my fragrances to last longer than 5+ hours, I go crazy with my sprays. This is a fragrance that you don't want to do that with. It doesn't need that. This one little spray that I just sprayed on my wrist, I will smell this until I scrub down. And I just sprayed it in one spot. It is extremely potent, extremely powerful, and I definitely, especially if you're not used to wearing oud fragrances, would go light on my sprays because you may not like it, and it's hard to get rid of this smell. They are extremely potent. But again, this is Ragaba by Lattafa. Love this oud fragrance. It is so sweet. It's so powerful. This is a unisex fragrance, so anyone that wants to wear this absolutely can. It smells so good. I haven't smelled this in a while. Like I said, I haven't sprayed out on it in a while because I don't have that much juice. I got about maybe 4 more sprays left in this one. So I probably would save this after I re-add this to my collection and get a fresh bottle, and then I'll go ahead and load it on down. All right. Alrighty, guys, this next fragrance on the list is a heavy hitter. All of the ones that I'm sharing that are inside of this collection, part 1, part 2, we may even do a part 3 of this, are heavy hitters, but this one is above and beyond. This one is called 24-Hour Oud, and this is the bottle here. When it says it lasts for 24 hours, it's not telling any type of a fib, okay? This is true business. This is Oud 24 Hours by Ard Al Zarafan. This is so good to me. It's an amber fragrance for women and men. This is another unisex fragrance. Most of the ones I'll be sharing are unisex, okay? Your top notes are dark chocolate. You got mandarin orange in this. You got bergamot. Your middle notes are what I love to call your heart notes or fruity notes. You got spicy notes, but it's a creamy, soft spicy. You got ylang ylang. You've got gardenia. You've got a little bit of jasmine, which is your white floral. You've got your base notes of patchouli, agarwood, which is your oud. You've got moorwood, which is your sandalwood. You've got incense, which I love a fragrance with incense in them, and amber. This is so pretty, you guys. It takes an acquired taste. It really does. This is an eau de parfum. I wouldn't recommend buying this unless you really are familiar with oud. And again, like I said, you're exploring. Your blind buying is no big deal. If you don't like it, you're really not going to be upset about it. And you know that you can pass this along to someone else if you don't care for it. But I love this fragrance. It's so delicious, so delightful. Every now and then when I need something really strong and powerful, something that's going to last me and do the work for me, I reach for Oud 24 Hours by Ard Al Zarafan. Alright, so if you've been watching any of my videos for any length of time, you may know a little bit about the rhythm of how I operate and how I do things. I try to always leave the Dom de Leon for very last. This one was kind of hard, you guys, because all of these scents are Dom de Leons. And so this one for me is the one that I want to take the most time to not only introduce to you, but to include all of the notes, my thoughts about this fragrance. Now, this particular oud fragrance is not a Middle Eastern fragrance, but you will never know it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me find the bottle. Where is she? Oh, yes. So this one is from the house of Frank Oliver. If you collect fragrances and you've been collecting fragrances for any length of time, you are familiar with this house of fragrance. They have extremely affordable fragrances, and every Frank Oliver fragrance that I have in my collection is everything. You will never be able to tell that you didn't pay $80 and up for your fragrances. No one will ever know. So this one is our last one for part 1 of our oud fragrances. This one is called Oud Vanille. Let me bring in the bottle. Let me straighten her up a little bit so you can actually see. I've been really delicate with this one. It's not that much juice missing out of her. I'm going to have to tap that bottle in a little bit. All right. So just to give you a little bit about this fragrance, I haven't worn this one in a while. Oh, this is good. It is so good. Again, this is Oud Vanille by Frank Oliver. It is a women's and men's fragrance. Now, there is a Oud Vanille for men also, but both of them are unisex. I like both of them. One of them comes in a blue bottle and this one comes in the purple. Okay. And this is the one that happens to be on my side of the fragrances. Okay. This one, and the main accords of this gorgeous juice, it is woody. It is warm, spicy. It has vanilla in it, amber, rose. Of course, you knew I had some rose somewhere. It's balsamic, it's sweet, it's smoky, it has a little bit of caramel in it, or caramel, depending on where you are from in the world or country, and it dries down powdery. This is so beautiful. I was going through my oud fragrances so that we could go in and start talking about some of them. And I gotta talk about this one because I really don't share this one that often. And then I'm looking at the juice. I haven't worn very much of this, but it is so delicious, guys. So believe it or not, they gave us a little bit of notation on this so I can share it with you guys. And you know, I love doing that. So Oud Vanille by Frank Oliver is an amber woody fragrance for women and men. So both women and men can wear this. Really any fragrance that I ever come on and talk about or anyone ever shares, anybody can wear anything that they want to. You guys know that. But this one is definitely in a category of unisex. Oud Vanille was launched back in 2017. Your top notes of this fragrance are caramel, raspberry, and orange. So pretty coming right out of the gate. Your middle notes are what I love to call are your hard notes or incense. You get rose. You get a little bit of patchouli. I want to spray a little bit of this on me. I've got the Ragba on this side that smells so dynamically gorgeous. And I'm going to spray a little bit on this side. So while I'm talking to you, I can enjoy. And yes, I smell the caramel. I smell the orange. It smells so good, you guys. This is good. Your middle notes again are incense. That's what I love to call your hard notes. You get rose. You get a little bit of patchouli. You get a little bit of white floral in this. You get a little bit of violet. You definitely in the base, which is what you're supposed to get once your fragrance or cologne has dried down. These are the notes that are supposed to pop up from your skin. Depending on your body chemistry, it depends on what you're going to get in each and every fragrance. That's the reason why each fragrance and cologne smell totally different on different people. Again, your base notes are vanilla. You get woody notes, which is your oud, of course. You get spices and musk. So good. Now, I've been told that the oud in this is a synthetic-y oud note. Synthetic-y normally means that it's something that's made up of something else, of course, that smells exactly like something, normally with a chemical. It's created with a chemical, of course. I don't know. All I can tell you is it smells absolutely amazing. For the price, this fragrance lasts over 8+ hours on my skin. It's so beautiful. I have a couple of other fragrances in my collection that smell almost identical to this, but I love oud fragrances. It is supposed to be a oud and vanilla fragrance, but I definitely get the rose out of this. I definitely get a little bit of the caramel, a little bit of the vanilla, and lots of oud. So if you are looking to start venturing out and giving a try to some fragrances that are heavily oud noted, this would be a great start because it's extremely affordable. You can find this online, different places like probably Amazon, Fragrance Net, Perfume X, anywhere that fragrances are sold in mass where you can find a lot of different fragrances. Type in you're looking for oud, and then type in, you know, the name of the cologne that you're looking for, and start doing your price comparisons from there. But this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance, and like I said, I don't have that much juice missing out of this one. I'm gonna have to start popping this one. This may be a great holiday scent for me. This is really, really pretty. Again, Oud Vanille by Frank Oliver. Now, you know what I always say when I have a fragrance in my collection, a body oil, a candle, something that I don't hear that much about, but I absolutely adore and love, that if you don't have in your collection, and I think that you would absolutely adore and love, get you some. This is your girl Color Me Badly, and saying thank you guys for watching. We greatly appreciate all of your love and your support. We hope to meet you over on Instagram. My Instagram tag is colormebad_Lynn. And so there you'll find me. So happy to meet your acquaintance. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers and all of my pre-existing subscribers. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. And also, if you've been hanging out with us for a while and peeping out our videos and kind of eyeballing to the left or the right, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscription button. It doesn't cost you a dime. This again is your girl Color Me Badly, and we will see you on part 2 of Oud Fragrances. Ta-ta.